heart beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I've loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away. Standing in front of me, every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I've loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. One step closer. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I've loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I've loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
Begin this meditation by getting into a relaxing position, either seated or lying down. Trust what your body most desires from you now. Whichever position that may be. Simply adjust your spine so that it feels tall and straight. Let your hands fall easily by your sides, your palms facing down. And whenever you're ready, gently close your eyes. Connect to the inner stillness of your heart. Allow your heart to take you to all the universes available to you. Now, imagine that you are outside. And it is a crisp autumn day. The sun is gently beaming in the distance. And the weather isn't too hot or too cold. It is just perfect. In your current life, you are working on a new project. Neatly and sturdily building each layer of your foundation. Some of this project you know about, and other details are yet unknown to you. They are waiting for you beyond the fine veil of truth and of purpose. Your project is of great meaning and is one of deep partnership with God. It really satisfies you and fills your life with aspiration, and it brings you peace of mind. Take all the time that your heart needs in this space. Now, gradually begin to move your fingers and toes. Rotate your shoulders in a circular motion. And when you're ready, open your eyes and reconnect back to the world around you. Remain connected to this inner peace, stillness, and calm. Enjoy your day. Namaste.
Hello, Church of Union. My name is Christine, and I am honored to be doing the card reading for today's Sunday service. I will be using the Sacred Traveler deck by Dennis Lin. And our first card for today is the Desert Passage. Trust that there is a divine plan. So this beautiful card is showing us that yes, there is a path. It is through the desert. The sun is shining very bright and very hot. But there is a divine plan. And this card reminds us that even when the path seems impossible, to trust that there is a divine plan here, that God will provide for you everything that you need, every resource, and every ounce of strength that you need to see this through. It doesn't matter what your challenge is. It doesn't matter that perhaps nobody has gone down this path that you're about to go down. All that matters is that God is calling you to that, and no matter what happens, your God is stronger than your challenge, and it's a beautiful reminder of that. And this is also how we see the strength of God and how we can trust in God even more, by seeing God in our challenges, in our darkest moments. When everything is going well, of course, we're going to be trusting God and it will be easy. But what about when it seems like everything is hopeless? This is how we build even more faith in God, that God's promise to us that He will be by our side is true. Next card, the Gates of Triumph. It's beautiful, like the desert path, and now it's the Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. And another detail I notice in the card is that there's like this desert path over here that leads to this beautiful, green, abundant place. It's a great reminder that this is the flow of our spiritual journey. At first, we have to deal with a block, deal with a contrast, heal whatever it's showing us in order to come to peace, in order to find this beautiful place within ourselves where we can finally breathe and relax, because you heal the block, it's no longer weighing on your consciousness. It doesn't feel heavy anymore. And it doesn't matter if things are resolved on the outside right away, because what matters is within yourself. What matters is how you feel and your relationship with God. This card is a great reminder if you've been perhaps working on a specific block and it feels like it's impossible, that success is on the way. Keep doing what you've been doing and trust in God, trust in God's promise. I feel like this is the theme of this reading, to trust in God. And finally, the card of Discovering Truth. And there's even more green here, abundance and beautiful nature. You stand in the light of truth. Another beautiful card, because this feels like the progression of healing a block. At first it feels very difficult, the ego will tell you not to go there, but you do. You feel those feelings, you heal. Then you have your triumph, and then you discover the divine truth, that love was the only thing that was real all along. And this part of you, it suffered because it held on to this illusion, but it no longer needs to. all you need to be with is love and God's love for you. And every time you heal, you can expand your awareness of truth and you can stand in your truth. And then you might notice that other people are touched by this truth as you just shine your light. You don't even have to do much. You just need to be yourself, you need to shine your light, and this is how you help the world awaken to this divine truth. This was the card reading for today's Sunday service. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday service.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Fabian, I am a unionist, and today I have the honor to introduce us to the sermon by Jason and Chrissy titled Union Through Self-Discovery. A rich and meaningful and beautiful sermon ahead, which is going to teach us a lot about the process of self-discovery. And we are also learning about Jason's and Chrissy's personal life experience. So how is this important? How is this relevant? Self-discovery. There's something that moves you in life, right? There's something that pulls you, that you hopefully feel passionate about. And when you know yourself, then you know what you're passionate about. And when we look around, it seems like humans have been interested in getting to know themselves since the beginning of time. Know thyself is inscribed at the temple of Apollo at Delphi. And Socrates once said that, getting to know yourself is the beginning of wisdom. But how do you get to know yourself? Well, it is by having a relationship with yourself, by living life, right? And how do you want to experience life? What do you like and what do you enjoy doing? Maybe you are already very clear in some aspects and not so clear in others. That is where you are exploring yourself. Let's say you're interested in music and you have a passion for playing the piano. There's something there that you're curious about, that you enjoy about that idea. And how do you actually find out if you enjoy playing the piano? Is by playing the piano, by doing this thing, right? And moving through the process. It could be that you feel somewhat passionate about the idea, and also there's maybe resistance to it. Maybe later, not the right time. And it could be that there's something even better that you are more passionate right now to do, or it is simply a block to be cleared. And this is where the teachings of union are really helping us, because they give us a pathway to self-discovery and to clearing all blocks that are in the way of naturally, falling into a place of self-discovery and self-knowing. And something that I am experiencing myself, or going deeper with is public speaking. There's something there that I feel called to explore, something to go deeper with. I have a desire to learn more about it and to learn to connect even better and better, and to always go deeper in that area. And why is that? Well, maybe it is because this is something that suits who I am at the core. And the piano player has found themselves in playing the piano. It suits them in who they are. But the journey has to be taken to get clear on it. And maybe the piano player and the public speaker are the same person, right? There's always, usually there's a variety of interests, and of course, some are very specialized and they have this one interest that they really geek out about and are very passionate about. And others, they have a variety of interests and they get to know themselves in all of these and throughout all of these. And there's one thing that remains steady in all of these experiences, and that is you. That is who you are, right? And this reminds me of something that Jeff and Shaleia shared in a life purpose class. Is the process of living life is how you get to know yourself, and just having these experiences will show you where you are at, and ultimately they will help you get clear and to reveal you to yourself. And this is a process that can be taken gently, because you are an eternal being. And what is the next thing that you want to explore about yourself? Humans travel through space and go on jungle expeditions just to get to know life better, to get an understanding. And in all of these experiences, they discover more about nature, about the divine nature, about their nature. And there's a true desire, a true purpose there. And you have that desire too. And it is safe to explore and to discover and to get to the bottom of things and to reveal, I really found myself in this thing. And now that I can see myself, I can relax more, because I know who I am. And it never ends. When we know ourselves in this thing, then the universe is going to reveal the next thing, the next deeper thing back to us. And Jason and Chrissy are going to lead us deeper into it. And if all of us invest time to discover our true selves, then we can live in heaven on earth. And heaven on earth is also the mission of the Church of Union. And if you would like to support its message to the world, please consider donating and tithing. Tithing really helps, and every cent is much appreciated, and every cent is really invested perfectly to support heaven on earth. We will see each other again after Jason's and Chrissy's wonderful sermon. Union through self-discovery. Please enjoy.
Welcome everyone to another Church of Union Sunday service. Thank you for joining us today. We are Jason and Chrissy, your executive minister of union for today's service.
Hello. Hi,
Chrissy?
everyone.
Let's begin with our 3 opening ohms, followed by our opening prayer. If we could all take a deep breath in and join us out loud or mentally. I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word. Today, I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, Amen. So today we're talking about self-discovery.
Yes,
We've made some discoveries, right?
we have.
Not like we're going down the road of making discoveries, right? Like we're following the path.
Yeah,
Following
we feel
the path
really
that feels good.
we feel really good about what we have discovered about ourselves, and like we want to share with you that process and how we utilize the teachings of union to support us in gaining clarity to move forward.
Mhm.
With who we are.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did we find out?
So what we found out through exploration is that we are autistic.
We're possibly on the autism spectrum.
Pretty sure we're on the autism spectrum.
Pretty sure.
100% positive.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And so this was really, really big. It's a huge self-discovery for us. And there's so much clarity in regards to our current relationships in life, and regardless to our previous relationships, our childhood, everything aligned into this realization and this truth. And we did feel an incredible amount of just relief when we were presented with this as a possibility. And as we unpacked it and took our time to do so and really ground into this new way of life, this new way of truly operating, we've found very deep peace within ourselves, with God, ourselves, and each other. And we're really deeply grateful for the entire Church of Union community and all of the unionists that have been supporting us, and the spiritual community that we have here that have been supporting us along the way. And so we just want to talk about our experience and how we got here.
Mm-hmm. And in a lot of ways, it's provided a much deeper understanding for ourselves, right?
Yeah, 100%.
We have come to different conclusions based on why we've operated certain ways, and how it was different than the people around us, and many different things that kind of explained.
This all made sense.
Just made sense and explained why, and for different reasons of why we kind of did the things we did in large part. And also we started to understand ourselves a lot more and there's still like a whole lot of learning to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're just different. We just do things a little bit differently, operate in a different way,
Yeah.
and we're, like it's definitely, I think it's like it's had a very positive impact on our union, right?
100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I think a lot of places where we used to butt heads,
Right.
we no longer butt heads there like almost instantly, because we started to we had a deeper understanding of each other and our union.
Yeah, I think that when you gain, it's such a gift to gain deep clarity on who you are and understand yourself at deeper levels. And with that comes immense peace if you're willing to truly look at what's being shown to you and explore it and being open to it. So we do have notes here today because we wanted to make sure we stayed on track with our insights and things that we had discovered along the way, so we can share with you our self-realization and the process that we underwent, and just really, open up a bit about our self-discovery process. And so a lot of what I'm going to pull today, I have clips and stuff from class, of course, the usual with me, but we do have some insights to share. So the first one is understanding yourself and how you operate is so vitally important. Releasing judgment, really choosing to embody this work by radical self-acceptance and love, and choosing to love God and love yourself, and realizing that every single twin flame is unique and every person has their own special talents and gifts, and ultimately that's what matters, is that you truly honor who you are. And I when I was writing these notes, I thought of the previous sermon we did on building your legacy, and really realizing that you have no idea what your legacy will be. Your role is to just share your gifts with the world. And as you do that, in partner with God along the way, everything will be laid out for you based on your goals and your desires and what you want in life. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's realizing who you truly are, and it's not going to all come at once. And so there's a pathway of realizing things about yourself and really getting to know yourself on this journey, because that's what's going to bring like happiness and joy into your life, is like not operating against who you really are, but operating as who you really are, being authentic and finding who that, the most authentic version of you is. Because, from personal experience, I would mask different behavioral things just to like, okay, I can fit into this group by acting this way. I can fit into this group by acting this way. And so I was operating in certain ways so that I could fit into here and here and here and here. And people might expect that of me then, right? Like I know him to be this way. And so that's what I would expect of him, right? But if it's not who you really are, and it's not how you really operate, it's pretty draining.
It's very energetically taxing, yes.
Yeah, and it's also inauthentic, and so
you're essentially like compartmentalizing your life based on the situation itself. So you become somewhat of a chameleon in your own life, and that's not necessarily extremely healthy. When you're simply being who you are and being who you were created to be, there's deep peace awaiting there for you. And when you do that, when you uncover your authentic self and you live from that place, there's nothing but happiness for you there. There's nothing but bliss for you there, peace for you there. And so it's okay to let go of who you think you are so you can find out who you truly are and who you've been created to be.
And also, it helps you to really recognize the people that are just liking you because you're trying to be a certain way, or liking you for who you really are. Because you'll find out very quickly, as you start to be your authentic self, where people stand in relation to that, and whether they really accept you for who you are, or they just accept a version of you that you have been playing out. And it's good to know, because then you can make a choice on who you desire in your life and the types of relationships that you desire in your life, based on your own authenticity.
Yeah, like knowing yourself is a process, and it requires radical non-attachment. And so if you're attached on who you think you are, or maybe you're even attached to who you think your twin flame is, that attachment and like grasping onto it is very energetically expensive and taxing. And so you want to let go. You want to practice radical non-attachment. You want to practice forgiveness. And you want to move forward and say yes to the new programming, yes to exploring something new about yourself. And as you do this and you identify programming, which we did, we found a lot of like what Jason's describing, the programming that we put in place, the training we put in place to function in the world. You have to say no to that old model. You have to say no to every single facet of that old model. And you have to say yes to the new model. You have to say yes to doing something completely different. And when you take time to really understand and respect who you are, honor who you are, love who you are, appreciate who you are, then that is when you come into a state of perfection in that particular space. And that's where you'll find the promised result with God, where you'll find your harmonious twin flame union, where you'll find your purpose work, where you'll find more love and more joy and more bliss in your life as you create in your reality, because you're saying yes to the new. You're saying yes to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. In order to go to the next level, you have to let go of anything that's holding you back from like it's ascending, right?
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't mean that what you're letting go of is bad or anything like that. It served you to a point, and it no longer serves you moving forward. The next thing will.
Yeah, and those relationships and those things that do serve you will move with you.
Mm-hmm.
They ascend with you to the next level. We always keep our good, and we just let go of that which no longer serves us, right?
So you don't lose anything.
Yeah, never. You only ever gain. The next thing on our list is claim your support. I cannot understate the immense support of this community of the Church of Union, and the unionists that we surround ourselves with, and the entire organization as a whole supporting us as we move through this. Ascension can be challenging at times. It can get messy, and it's such a gift to have such unconditionally loving people around us as we moved through it, as we moved through all of our, upsets and challenges. We were completely supported in that uncovering and that discovery, and it feels really good to have such an incredible community, a loving community to support us as we went through it. It's vital. Coaching, having a healthy coaching relationship and continuing to receive that coaching on the regular basis is really, really important, regardless of where you are on your spiritual journey. I think it's a vital component to success. Yeah. I have a really cool quote with that particular one. It's from Wednesday 7 class 2, and we'll just kind of maybe unpack it a little bit. So your harmonious twin flame union is a journey to find yourself. Your twin flame is showing you where to find yourself within. The twin flame journey is one of self-discovery, radical self-acceptance, and love. And that's Wednesday 7 class 2.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
That means, for me, it means that you have to be willing to be open to learning who you are, to be open to somebody's suggestions and feedback and understanding of their relationship with you, and being willing to look at some really hard things about yourself, being willing to go where you might be holding on to darkness, where you might be holding on to illness, where you might be holding on to ego within your mind, and shining light in that space and loving yourself, radically loving yourself with all that you are, and being okay with whatever arises and knowing that you're completely equipped to move through anything that comes up with the mirror exercise. I think it's really important to realize that the mirror exercise is about releasing the resistance you have to the good you've called in. That's what the mirror exercise is about. It's not, it's not necessarily bringing components of yourself back to you. It's really truly about releasing the resistance you have within you to the good that you've called in and that you're creating in your life. And if you realize you make a choice, it's all about choice, and you make that choice, and then you call in that choice, and you're moving through all of the things that are arising to that choice, then you can trust the process and simply choose your healing. And healing is instant. It's the integration that might take some time, but the choice to heal is instant. And it's something that I always, will fall back on in difficult and challenging times, is that I know I can love myself. I know that God is the answer. And I know that God has this piece for me, and God's caring for me and supporting me as I continue to, go into deeper love and relationship with him.
Sure. Like the mirror exercise hasn't failed yet,
Not
right?
once.
There's never been a situation that the mirror exercise couldn't
Amen.
help you
Yeah.
through. And for me, I like you touched on it. It's being like open to the possibility that, okay, there's something off here. Let me take a look at it, right? Not just like blindly just going anywhere and you're just being stubborn and thinking this is the only way or anything like that, but opening yourself up to possibilities and taking a look at what those, where you're being pointed to, and just simply going about it by healing with the mirror exercise so that you can come to clarity.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that setting healthy boundaries is another piece of this that we worked on. Really, is like it's really important to continuously set healthy boundaries with everything in your life, so that you can do this level of deep reflection, that you can get very clear, and then when you're ready, start sharing, your insights and what you've learned with others that you love. And I think that it also helps with, if anyone's displaying those unhealthy programming that you're moving through, maybe codependency, for example, or simply just expecting you to be someone that you're not, it's okay to put boundaries up until you're clear and you can move back into that space and have a healthy relationship there. So that's really important. Yeah. Want to do this one?
So that's essentially emptying your cup, right? We were speaking of before. It's just like opening yourself up to the possibilities, just being willing and sense of curiosity to your life and what goes on in it, and especially your inner life, because it's not so heavily focused on, especially in the Western world or U.S. That area of the world. Like finding that sense of curiosity to go into your inner world and start putting less emphasis on the physical stuff and more on your feelings. And that's something that we
we're working on.
And well, sure, but in on being on the autism spectrum, certain things being way the feelings being very intense, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like one of those things where, that's way too intense, and we'd have to calm down or something like that, or whatever, until we were able to handle those things. But that's just like an example of that.
yeah, when you learn about yourself, you learn how to function and operate in a way that's the healthiest for you based on how you've been created and what you're moving through. I think it's incredible. It's really important to remember that all upsets are simply just like a lack of flowing with God. Like, it's just you just choose to flow with God, and everything will align for you in your life when you choose to align to God. And when we talk about emptying your cup and really choosing to be humble, it's really important to realize that you cannot attain enlightenment with arrogance. The key to arrogance is that the moment that you think you know it, the moment that you think you have the answer, you shut yourself off to learning. You shut yourself off to the willingness to learn and grow. And when you do that, you cut yourself off from your source. And what's really important is that regardless of the outcome, regardless of like the label or whatever that is, the truth is always what we seek, right? As unionists, we seek the truth. That's what we do. And it's really important to move through this process with whatever you're being shown and be open to looking at it. If you're unwilling to look at it, then you're unwilling to gain clarity and you're unwilling to gain the truth, which is important because the truth sets you free. Mm. And so it's worth it to look. It's worth it to look at the hard things in your life, the challenges in your life, and get clear so you can be free.
Mm. It only ever like opens the door to more freedom and good stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's never a situation where you're, well, I should have held on to that thing back there because that's going to be better than what's ahead. That's with God, that's never the situation. So trusting and having faith that you're being led to everything that you desire is, a big part of it as well.
Yeah, I think like the next one we have is let go of the past. I think this is really important to realize that on the healing journey, on the ascension journey, as you heal, you will experience something new. I think a lot of times we think, oh, I'm going to heal and it's going to be the same thing again. It's going to be the same thing again. I'm just going to have the same experience over and over and over again. It's never going to change. But you want to let go of that being your truth. You want to let go of believing that the experience isn't going to change, because as we heal, we do change. And as we change, our experiences change. And it's really important to remember that you will experience something new and that this work does work. And as you continue to do so, as you continue to change your life, then you will continue to experience new things. If you find yourself stuck, if you find where nothing's changing, then maybe it's time to look where you're not changing, where you're unwilling to look, where you're still holding on to something and hoarding it, or you're trying to control, and through that control, you're experiencing the same thing over and over again. It's okay to let go, and it's okay to just simply love and choose God.
Yeah. And just be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with how you feel. It's okay if you feel a certain way and it is not something that you want to say out loud, right? It's okay to have those bad feelings and work through them. Mm-hmm. Not to stuff them down or try to, say you shouldn't feel that way, but to just be honest with yourself that whatever you're experiencing is what you're experiencing, and you work through it into a place of peace and love yourself.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I have one more quote here at the end of our notes. We're at the end of our, insights. It's from Wednesday 1 p.m. class 2 in TFAS. Create, mold, and sculpt your own life. There is no limit on how fine you can get and manifest in your life. It's easy to heal. It's a process. The illusion is that it's hard. The belief is that it's hard. The ego will tell you that the good thing comes later, and it never does. The good thing comes right now. It is here now. It only ever comes right now. A house will not make you happy. Be happy right now. So what do you get from that, babe?
be happy. Find
Be happy.
If you're not happy, find out why.
Yeah.
And heal it and be happy. Like there's really there shouldn't be any reason not for that not to be the case, right?
Yeah, I think that even when you feel happy, even when you are in peace and you feel like this is it, there's always somewhere else to go. There's always a deeper relationship with God waiting for you on the journey. And like that is the goal here, is to continue to heal into perfect union with our Creator. That is what we do. And so be willing to look, be willing to go. We are completely equipped to handle anything that arises in order to have more happiness, more riches, more wealth, more abundance, more God in our life. And it simply comes back to choosing to love God and love yourself and love others, right? Love God, love yourself, love others. Mm-hmm. So, in closing, do you have, what is for you your greatest insight so far with our self-discovery experience and discovering that we're autistic? Like, what's been the greatest insight for you through this whole journey?
I think just that, like, it's okay, and I'm just different, and that's okay. And I genuinely, like, enjoy how I operate. I think, I mean, I like it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I think I just like myself, I guess. And so and where I may have thought that it's not okay to be a certain way, maybe in the past, now I feel very comfortable in that, and I feel like I am okay in just being me and doing what I do. I think that has been a really cool thing for me, because it helps me to just like relax day to day, just relax into being me.
Oh, I love that. Being your authentic self.
Sure.
Yeah, that's nice.
How about you?
Oh, I knew you were going to do
that.
Yeah. Saw that one coming. Oh, man. I think, like, for me, like, it was really eye-opening, right? Like all the stars aligned. There was such deep relief that this was it. This was what was going on with us the whole time. Like, our whole life, like, this was the thing. And I think that having this work and having the mirror exercise and having, developed a relationship with God and having God at the center of our life and like really moving from that space, regardless of what was shown to us, knowing it was going to be okay, knowing that we are loved unconditionally here, that we have really surrounded ourselves with loving, truly loving people that do the same as we do, that meet us in God. And knowing that as long as we choose God and we choose to meet others in God, we will find those that are choosing the same around us. And that's exactly what we experienced. I think it really solidified for me at a whole new level the teachings of union and this work and what it's going to do for everyone as we continue to explore it and we continue to embody it and we continue to share it. It is really life-changing, life-transforming work. And as we continue to embody it in our life and practice the teachings, the teachings show us the truth and like continue to provide abundance. It for me was just an absolute like transformational experience, and I feel a deep relief that I've never felt before in being who I am. Mm-hmm. And I felt that with you. I felt completely loved and completely unconditionally loved by you, like as my twin flame. You love me, and I think it just brought us both great relief to figure out what was going on.
Oh, sure.
And so that clarity of truth, like, no, that's our experience, and really no one can take that away from us. Like, that was an experience that we had, and we've had people try. We've had people come, like, out of nowhere and be like, oh, well, we don't think you're autistic. Just keep looking. Just keep checking things out, right? Or we've even had professionals come and say things. And we're like, well, this doesn't really align. What you're communicating doesn't align with us. And as we continue to go deeper in our exploration and continue to research it and you know, come to truth on our own, we found out, oh, this is why this is going on, or this is, you know, we figured it out, right? And so I think it's a lot about persistence. It's a lot about everything that we talk about in Harmonious Twin Flame Union and in, you know, that Jeff and Shaleia teach in Twin Flame Ascension School and Life Purpose class. It really truly is a deep self-discovery. And it really requires us to let go of what we think and be willing to just learn.
Oh, sure. And like,
You know?
I think no doors just like slammed in our face, or
No, absolutely not.
but like
Yeah.
doors closed and then new ones opened.
Yeah.
And we just kept going through the doors that were open, and just finding clarity and finding, you know, our path.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and just practicing radical non-attachment the entire time, and honoring our divinity. And it's amazing to be able to solve such huge problems so quickly and bring clarity to any kind of situation so we can move forward in peace and do our part. Right? It feels good. So I guess thank you everyone for providing us that space and loving us perfectly. We love all of you so very much, and we love our church deeply, and we're very grateful to be here and honored to be a part of it. Let's do our closing prayer and alms. Father, I accept your word into my heart. I will honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teachings is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union, that I may be forever in union with you. I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word and will share your teaching with him in any way you ask, and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him. In Christ's name, Om, Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means you have accepted that you are on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them, and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator. Taking a nice deep breath in, please chant with us out loud or in your heart.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We will see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much, Jason and Chrissy, for this beautiful sermon. I have received a lot from it, and I hope you did as well. My major takeaway was definitely to, take it easy in this process of self-discovery, to be non-attached to your findings, your thoughts about yourself, to release these attachments and to empty your cup so that you can see more clearly who you really are, and to discover yourself without filter, directly, right? Without any preconceived ideas about yourself. And with this attitude, you will be able to discover yourself and see yourself for who you are, not fighting who you are. If you experience that, then you can use the teachings of union and the support available to help you fall in love with yourself again in this place, and to be authentic to who you are, and to not push against that. And this is something that I will reflect on more deeply. And yeah, you can always pick one or many things to go deeper with throughout the week after the Sunday service. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and like to our Church of Union YouTube channel, and on our website unionism.org you can watch all past Sunday services and donate or tithe to contribute to the Church of Union's message to the world. And now please join us for our after church tea time, which is a live discussion with excellent panelists in our Unionism spiritual discussion group on Facebook. And thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and namaste.